name's Ray Ray, and yes, I'm back. It feels like I haven't uploaded in years. It seems like, I think, right? Well, I'm finally back. And first things first, I don't know if you noticed or not, but the lighting is a bit different because one of my lights today, one of my the light bulbs of my light blew up, so now like barely have any light. And also, another thing, if let me know if I sound louder than the video because I'm trying to figure out the whole audio thing. I don't know if I'm getting it right. So let me know. Let me know like in the comments if you can hear me better in the video, or you can hear it fine, whatever. But anyways, today after years of not uploading, I am back, and today we are going to be watching. I know it's the Christmas season. I think Christmas like this week or next week. I think not this week, not this week, next week. Yeah, Christmas is like next week. Yeah, I know Christmas is next week. We're in the next week. We're in the Christmas holiday. But honestly, I feel like watching some spooky stuff. So I'm gonna today we're going to be reacting to Slapped Ham. To Slapped Ham. Slapped Ham. He's a great content creator. Go ahead and check his video. Go check out his channel. Subscribe to him and everything. And the video we're gonna be reacting to is a scary clip shouldn't exist. Let's go. This video is like a month old, so hopefully this is okay to react to. But yeah, check out Slapped Ham.
How you doing? I'm Callan and this is Slapped Ham. You're about to see some seriously freaky video clips. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this. Starting today's episode off with a short and creepy little clip. This one was uploaded to TikTok by user at dingy_AYD.
Hopefully you
Home
still hear
security
me.
footage showing a quiet dining room late at night. Everything looks perfectly normal until something strange happens.
Ooh. Poor dog. Oh.
Startled, the family dog begins barking furiously at the empty
Damn,
space near
Ghost.
the table.
Why you gotta
But
scare the
what
dog?
happens next is even more unsettling.
It's a,
Eve to me
course,
is
it's an ad.
basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where you can do what.
The dog suddenly jerks backward as if shoved by something invisible. Some commenters think it's a clear case of paranormal activity, poltergeist behavior perhaps.
It didn't
while
look like
others
someone
suggest
shoved him.
clever editing.
It didn't look like someone shoved the dog. I don't know. I couldn't see it.
But the clip's simplicity and the dog's raw instinctive reaction make it all the more chilling.
Okay, I can see a little bit.
Gang, we have a huge announcement. We are officially live over Deep Dive.
Get your money, bro.
Halloween decoration.
Bro.
Hi, much appreciated.
Go check that out.
Our next
Go support the man known as Slapped Ham.
story
Fumbling
takes us
my
to a
words.
suburban home where a simple Halloween decoration turned into a terrifying ordeal. A woman named Erika Harrington had ordered a decorative doll from Amazon for her upcoming Halloween celebration. At first, it seemed like nothing more than an ordinary prop, until Erika noticed that the doll seemed to move on its own.
You can see right here. You see how she's turning around? Okay, that's normal because of the wind. But
Not gonna
look,
lie, yeah, it
look
kind
at
of
her.
seems like it's kind of
She's
the wind.
turning back around.
Seems like it could be the wind.
Whenever
Oh,
she stepped outside, she claimed
stopped
the doll
right there.
would shift positions, always turning slightly toward her, as though it were watching her every move.
she turns and she continues to look at me. Now I'm trying to
Okay.
get myself in the house at this point.
What disturbed her most was that the doll
Sorry,
never
with,
moved
I'm playing with the audio. Hopefully you can still hear me and the video. Good.
randomly. It always seemed to deliberately face her.
Why are you stopping right there to look at me?
Yeah, it is pretty
I don't
eerie.
play that. It's time for her to go.
Then things escalated. Arika began receiving motion alerts from her home camera showing a person detected on the porch. But each time she checked, no one was there. Her garage door opened on its own. Her dog began staring at empty windows as though following something invisible.
Dogs know best. Dogs know best.
And when she looked closer at a photo,
When dogs are like, when pets in general are acting strange like that, they're just looking at one spot. That's how you know your house is haunted.
of the doll sitting in a chair, commenters pointed out something she hadn't seen before. What looks like faces reflected in the window.
Hmm? Okay, I could kind of see it. I could kind of see it. Like, it's pretty hard to see. Let me brighten my screen up a little bit. Yeah, it's pretty
She
hard to
placed
see.
the doll in her husband's car trunk and began contacting priests and mediums for help. One medium told her that the doll carried a dark presence and advised her to get it out of the house immediately. In her final video,
I
Arika
would
films
too,
herself
even if
shipping
it's
the
not
doll
haunted.
back.
The doll looks creepy, anyways.
She says she can finally breathe again, but admits the house still feels off.
She's gone. I'm walking away. I just hope my house is okay.
Her Halloween goblin decorations, which had stood perfectly still for years, began turning toward each other, and a small green pumpkin decoration kept rotating on its own to face the street. Even after the doll was gone, she said she could still feel its energy. She ended her last video saying she would be cleansing the home and her family, swearing off Halloween decorations altogether. Arika's
really?
story
Damn.
has since gone viral, sparking debate among viewers.
I mean, I don't like ghosts either. I'll be terrified too if that happened. But I wouldn't let that ruin the holiday for me. I would not let that ruin Halloween for me. I love Halloween.
Some believe the doll carried something truly supernatural. Others say it's coincidence, faulty sensors, wind, or stress manifesting in strange ways. But the chilling detail that her security camera detected someone present when no one was visible continues to unsettle even the skeptics. So what do you think? Just an unlucky Halloween prop, or something far darker that refused to be ignored?
Maybe.
This eerie set of photos was sent in by a viewer named Bailey S., and the story behind them is enough to send chills down your spine. The pictures were taken back in 2012 on Halloween night in Sandy, Oregon. Bailey was posing with her 2-year-old sister-in-law before heading out to trick-or-treat. Her mother-in-law was the one taking the photos. Just a few quick snapshots in the living room before they left. In the first image, everything seems perfectly normal. A sweet family photo showing Bailey and
Yeah,
the
it's
toddler.
adorable. What? Ads.
Hostiles approaching. Reciprocating.
But in the second photo, taken only seconds later, something
What is that?
inexplicable appears. Reflected in the window behind them is the clear image of a man standing in the room. The problem? Bailey swears there were only 3 people in the house at the time: her sister-in-law, and her mother-in-law. No one else was present, and certainly
I'm not gonna lie to you. It does seem like a regular dude. It just looks like a regular dude. Like, is it like the reflection, which is his reflection with the light and everything? Just looks like a regular dude. I don't know. I mean, I guess it looks eerie.
No one who looked like the man in the reflection.
I mean, if they say that he wasn't there, then it.
They didn't notice anything unusual until later that night when reviewing the photos. By then, the house was quiet, locked up, and empty, except perhaps for whoever or whatever appeared in that window. This next clip has left viewers completely stumped. Captured on home CCTV
Dog
and
glitch.
posted by Dinge_AYD, it shows a man sleeping soundly on a bed while his dog wanders into the room. But then things take a strange turn.
What the?
The man wakes suddenly, but it looks like the dog somehow slipped behind the chest of drawers.
What the heck? You didn't see that?
A second later, the same dog, or what looks exactly like it, reappears at the doorway, standing calmly as if nothing happened.
What the? This dog has superpowers. This dog has superpowers. What's it called? The ability to like walk through walls. That's what this dog has. The ability to walk through walls. Oh my goodness. Sign him up to be a part of the Avengers. Sign him up. He might get some money too. Since his dog is, well, actually, I don't think the Avengers get paid, which is messed up. But yeah, sign this dog up for the Avengers. Sign this dog up for the Avengers. This dog can
Some
go
viewers
through
believe
walls.
it's just an illusion, perhaps a second similar-looking dog entering the room at the same time. But others aren't so sure. They insist the footage looks too seamless, too uncanny, suggesting it could be evidence of a glitch in the Matrix, or even a brief slip in time or space.
Or the dog has, could walk through
So
walls.
what do you think? Camera glitch, twin dog, or something reality bending happening in that room?
Dun dun dun.
Back in 2022, popular online personality
Oh, gosh.
Asil Al-Mublaq went viral.
I don't know. The look of this video of this scary video we're about to see, it looks like it's about to be scary. It looks like it's really about to be scary. I don't know what it is.
After a chilling live stream encounter.
Jesus Christ.
During a casual late
She terrified me with those eyes. Jeez. I didn't really jump, but like, damn, my heart kind of skipped a beat there. I didn't know this was like a freaking live collab or something like that. I don't know.
night session on a platform similar
I'm
to
kinda
Chat
scared.
Roulette, Asil connected with a woman he didn't recognize.
I'm terrified.
At
I'm looking
first,
kinda-
everything seemed
No, it's the eyes, man. It's the eyes. I'm kind of terrified. It's the eyes. Okay, I don't want to play this video. I don't want to look. I don't know. It's the eyes, and I hit the mic. My fault. It's the eyes. Oh god.
perfectly normal. They exchanged greetings, enjoyed some music together, and she even asked him to play the song again.
السلام عليكم.
No, hell
But
no.
when Asil began talking to her more directly, he noticed something was off.
صوتك كذا من الله.
I knew it. It was the eyes. It was something suspicious. The eyes.
ها؟
Her
يلا.
tone, her expression, and even the timing of her reactions began to feel unnatural. The atmosphere shifted.
أكيد أشغل.
Sensing something wasn't right, he decided to test what he was feeling. Asil played a recording of verses from the Quran.
I don't know. It's her eyes. It's her eyes. I don't know why, but it's creeping me out.
The woman's expression changed and she abruptly left the live stream. Viewers flooded the comments, convinced they'd just seen Asil come face to face with something supernatural, a jinn.
I'm not gonna
According
lie,
to
I was
Islamic
scared.
belief, jinn are spiritual beings created from smokeless fire. Like humans, they can be good or evil, but evil jinn are said to fear the Quran, especially verses that glorify Allah's power and majesty.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that was definitely just like some girl trolling. It was some girl twirling. What? Trolling. Sorry. It was some woman trolling. Okay. Like she put on like, and I guess she decided to, become scary. But yeah, it was those eyes. Those eyes kind of freaked me out.
When confronted with Quranic recitation, evil jinn often flee instantly, unable to withstand the divine words. On the other hand, righteous jinn, those who follow Allah, find comfort and peace in the sound. As for Asil, he later told his followers that he couldn't explain what happened, only that he felt a powerful energy the moment he began playing the Quran, and that the woman's sudden disappearance confirmed his suspicions. So was this just an eerie coincidence, or something not of this world revealing itself online?
No, I still believe that was definitely I still believe that was like a lady trolling people, being all spooky and stuff. But her eyes are definitely creepy. They're definitely like eerie. Give her props for that. Yeah, and it's kind of like making her voice raspy. Yeah. Also, she didn't disappear. I'm sorry, Slapped Ham. I love your videos. Sorry, Slapped Ham. I'm just saying. She just ended the live. Granted, though, if I encountered her, I would immediately end the live.
This next clip
I
was
would
sent in
immediately
by viewer
end
Jessica
left.
P, and it comes straight from the security cameras of a local brewery, and what it captured is truly strange.
What the? Damn ads again.
At exactly 1:28 a.m. on October 10th, the brewery was completely empty. Chairs were stacked, lights were out, and the front doors were locked for the night. But on CCTV, a glowing orb of light suddenly appears inside the tasting room. Whatever it is, it hovers above the counter before drifting across the floor. The light doesn't behave like dust or glare. It's too bright, too controlled, and even
I don't know. I feel like that looks too like animated or something like that. Looks so too
seems to
animated.
change direction mid-air before splitting off
I
and
don't know.
vanishing completely. Jessica says no one was outside or inside the building at the time, and that all entry points were secure. She describes it simply as an unexplained light that breaks off. While skeptics might chalk it up to insects, headlights, or lens artifacts, others think it looks too luminous and deliberate, suggesting
Yeah.
it could be a paranormal manifestation, perhaps the spirit of a former worker,
Yeah, I
or a
don't know.
lingering energy tied to the location.
I don't know. To me, it looks too animated. You get what I mean? It looks too animated.
Whatever it was, the brewery owners still can't explain what appeared on camera that night.
Yeah, it looks too animated. I feel like.
This eerie submission comes from a viewer named Penn who captured something strange while working on a creative project, a stop-motion film featuring a small fox puppet. The photo was taken back in 2013 using an iPod Touch in a quiet private garden that once stood on the historic grounds of Eltham Palace in London.
It looks beautiful.
Penn says they were alone at the time, carefully photographing the puppet frame by frame. But when they looked back at the image
Looks like
later,
a dog.
something unexpected had appeared. Next Next to the puppet, you can see what looks like a shadowy set of legs.
Why? Why encircle to the dog? Okay, so that is a dog or a puppet or whatever. Okay, I thought he was talking about that. No, okay, it's a big shadow thing right there. Because I thought the shadow thing was just a person really blurred. But no, okay, it's just a shadow figure. That looks creepy. That does look creepy.
Penn insists that no one else was present and that the shadow wasn't visible when the photo was taken. What's even stranger is that Eltham Palace, known for its centuries of history and royal connections, has long been rumoured to be haunted. Built on medieval foundations, parts of the property are said to be home to ghostly figures that have been seen wandering the gardens and corridors. Was this just an odd trick of light, or did Penn accidentally capture a spectral presence from the palace's storied past? Coming up in our last segment, we take a look at one of the most influential poltergeist cases in history. But before we do, hit that like button, as it really helps us reach new audiences.
Yeah, go check out Slap Ham. Subscribe to Slap Ham, man.
In
It's awesome.
1938, in the quiet suburb of Thornton Heath, Croydon, just south of London, the ordinary home of Alma Fielding, a 34-year-old housewife, became the stage for one of the strangest and most influential poltergeist cases ever recorded. What began as a domestic haunting spiraled into a psychological mystery that would change how paranormal investigators understood ghosts forever. The case, later called the Croydon Poltergeist, was investigated by Nandor Fodor, a Hungarian Jewish journalist and psychical researcher who served as chief research officer at the International Institute for Psychical Research. Fodor's findings would ultimately bridge the gap between psychical research and psychoanalysis, proposing that hauntings might not come from external spirits at all, but from the hidden trauma of the human mind. In February 1938, strange things began to happen in the Fielding home. While Alma and her husband Les were bedridden with illness, a six-fingered handprint appeared on the mirror beside their bed. That night, a tumbler shattered mid-air, a cold wind lifted their eiderdown, and an invisible force hurled objects across the room. The
Damn.
next morning, the chaos intensified. Their teenage son, Don, narrowly dodged a flying pot of face cream, and the family's lodger was struck by two coins that seemed to materialize from nowhere. A
Damn.
light bulb unscrewed
This guy's
itself
really
from
trying
the
to take
ceiling,
them out.
vanished, and was later found still hot to the touch on a nearby chair. Word spread quickly. On February 19th, reporters from the Sunday Pictorial newspaper arrived, and what they witnessed made front-page news the next day under the headline, Ghost Wrecks Home. They saw an egg shoot down the corridor, a china dog crash to the floor, a chunk of coal sail across the room, and a
Damn.
teacup explode in Alma's hands.
I think that's the ghost. He's
Among
the
those
ghost.
captivated by the story was Nandor Fodor, desperate
Oh,
to
no,
prove
he's
the
not.
existence of genuine supernatural phenomena and to restore his credibility after exposing several fraudulent mediums. Fodor travelled to Croydon to meet the Fieldings. Initially, he suspected a classic haunting, but as he spent more time with Alma, he began to notice that the activity always seemed to centre around her. When she grew emotional, the phenomena intensified. When she calmed down, it stopped.
So you better calm down, girl. So you better calm down then.
Fodor arranged for Alma to be examined under strict laboratory conditions at the IIPR headquarters in Kensington. There, researchers observed more strange phenomena, objects appearing out of thin air, glass breaking, and small animals inexplicably materializing. Among the apports or manifested objects were a scarab beetle, a Javanese sparrow, an ancient oil lamp, a fossilized shell, and even a white mouse. Once, while travelling by car, a live terrapin appeared suddenly in Alma's lap. But
Damn.
things took a darker turn in May 1938, when Fodor, now suspected.
Okay, yeah, we. Oh, what was her name? Elmore? I don't know, but. Girl, you gotta calm down. It seems like, since she's connected apparently to this spirit thing, it seems like she just needs to calm down and learn how to control her emotions. No disrespect, no disrespect. But like obviously this ghost thing, whatever, poltergeist, reacts to her emotions. So she's in control.
Suspicious, ordered Alma to undergo x-rays before a seance. The results revealed that she had been concealing
Oh.
items, including a locket and brooch, within her body cavities to simulate supernatural manifestations. Fodor didn't stop there. Instead of dismissing her as a fraud, he saw in Alma something much more complex, a woman expressing deep psychological pain through physical phenomena. He concluded that the poltergeist was not an external entity, but rather a manifestation of Alma's repressed trauma and inner turmoil. Fodor's notes painted Alma as a woman trapped in a web of personal suffering. She had lost multiple children, endured invasive medical procedures including a mastectomy and hysterectomy, and was locked in an unhappy marriage to a man who was emotionally and physically distant. Under this strain, Fodor theorized, Alma's mind had split, one part performing the haunting unconsciously as an emotional release, while the other part remained unaware. He described the poltergeist activity as objectifications of mental anguish, physical eruptions of repressed emotion. This interpretation shocked his peers. His colleagues at the IIPR, scandalized by his Freudian approach and allegations of sexual repression, expelled him later that year. His papers were seized and thought lost during the Blitz, but rediscovered decades later by historian Kate Summerscale, who chronicled the case in her acclaimed book, The Haunting of Alma Fielding. Fodor's investigation unfolded in the shadow of World War II as Britain teetered on the brink of conflict. Reports of ghosts and hauntings surged across the country, which Fodor and later historians interpreted as manifestations of national anxiety, collective hauntings born from fear of the unknown. Alma's story in this light became a microcosm of her era, a woman's domestic haunting reflecting the psychic unrest of pre-war Britain, where rigid gender roles and psychological repression left little room for the unspoken to surface except in supernatural form. Though his career with the IIPR ended in controversy, Fodor's revolutionary theory laid the groundwork for a new understanding of hauntings. His work influenced later writers and filmmakers, from Shirley Jackson's The Haunting of Hill House to Stephen King's Carrie, stories where the supernatural and the psychological intertwine. In 1958, he published On the Trail of the
That's
Poltergeist,
awesome.
reaffirming his belief that ghosts were not spirits of the dead, but echoes of the living. The screams of the subconscious made
Interesting.
visible. The Croydon poltergeist remains one of the most bizarre and psychologically revealing hauntings in history. A story of shattered glass, psychic pain, and a woman whose anguish seemed to bend the laws of physics. For Fodor, the haunting was not a visitation from beyond, but a reflection from within. Proof that sometimes the most frightening ghosts are the ones we create ourselves.
Oof. That's deep. That's deep. True.
Now, if you want to see some more spooky content, then hit those links right there. They'll keep you entertained for hours and hours.
Alright. Alright. That was a pretty good video. I liked it. I'm not gonna lie, here's the thing. I love horror and I love scary stuff, so it's like it takes a while, or it's very like hard for me to like get jump scared in these or get scared. I will say that one clip with the woman with the eyes, again, I'm pretty sure she was just trolling, you know, being spooky and all that shit. But those eyes, she had eerie eyes. That one kind of got me. Like, yeah. But still, the last one was interesting. That one was kind of like, you know, I learned something. That was pretty cool. Like, ghosts and poltergeists are like just, you know, your imagination, because you're going through stuff or you have some trauma and stuff. I think that was interesting. All right. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Go subscribe to Slapped Ham. I love his videos. He's awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed my video, my reaction at least. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell notification. And I promise I will be back more often. I will post more videos more often. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one.